Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. In today's video we're going to be doing a little bit of a portfolio update. We'll be running through the overall value of the portfolio, any buys and sells, the dividends that have come through the door, and the very last thing that we'll go through in today's video, I'll give you a deep dive into the actual portfolio itself. So first things first, the portfolio value right now is sitting at about £75,594, which is the lowest of the year. In front of us just now we have the yearly chart from January up until September. Month over month we've been decreasing in value from 88,000 down to 87, 85, and now we find ourselves at the lowest of the year at £75,594. When we look at this on a quarterly basis through each of the years, again from back in 2018 into 2019, 2020, things have been progressing nicely. We've had a few little speed bumps here or there, and then we had that big boom in 2021 where we had the sort of COVID rally as stocks went parabolic, and of course I did participate within that, where we reached a portfolio high of just under 89,000, but ever since January of this year we've been decreasing month over month, quarter over quarter, and we find ourselves at 75,000, which is pretty much the same value at a time of around between the first and second quarter of 2021. And I've added this column in here which shows you the cash position and how it's changed throughout the year as well, alongside the portfolio value. As we enter January this year, I was almost fully invested as the high portfolio value reflected this in the low cash position, but as the months have went by, I have been trimming positions, taking some profit, and also buying stocks as we've been progressing through the year. And right now we're sitting at about 13,000, which has kind of been average of where we've been sitting in the cash position. It's not been the lowest as 4,000 we had in January, and it's certainly not anywhere near the highest that I had in April this year. Onto the asset allocation and how the portfolio is weighted. I've got 38.6% of the portfolio in international shares. I've got 31.4% in UK shares. The cash position is 17.5%. Property, or this can fall under REITs, is at 6.6%. Funds is under 3.2%, and other is 2.8%. Looking into this in a little bit more detail, we've got technology at 17.1%. Telecommunications weighted at 3.6%, financials are the heaviest weight at 23.4%, real estate at 6.6%, consumer discretionary at 11.2%, consumer staples at 9.2%, healthcare's at 5.2%, industrials at 2.9%, unclassified funds at 3.2%, and non-classified at 17.6%, and that's the cash position within the portfolio. Looking on to dividends now. The dividend payments that I received this month was £113.25, and this was made up of the three payments that we've got here. First one that came through on the 2nd of September was Money Supermarket, and this is at £49.72. Then we had Walgreens Boots Alliance at £25.89, and finally we had Barclays come in at £37.64. This table here shows every single monthly payment that I've ever received, and if we look at September into isolation, back in 2018 I had £40.76 come through in dividends, 2019 was almost £85, 2020 was £120, 2021 was the best year as £184.48, and this year we've got £113.25. And again, the thing is with this, some months are going to be better than others, but as long as I'm moving in the correct direction, then there's nothing that's going wrong here, and I'm quite happy with the plan ahead. The total dividend income that I've received is £6,045.51, and this is collated from each of the year's accumulative totals here, which is shown on the screen. As we're going into October, I'm sitting at £1,606.63 for this year, and it will be interesting to see how we're going to close out at the end of 2022. To be honest, because I'm sitting on quite a hefty cash position, I don't think I'm going to break 2021's yearly total, but who knows, we'll keep our eyes on it anyway. In terms of buying and sells within the portfolio, I've got to be honest, I haven't made any movements this month at all. But yeah, I've just kind of sat tight here. I haven't had the urge to buy any stocks, so nothing to report back in here. I've held the cash position so far, and will look to deploy the cash at an opportune time. It's difficult to get to time the market, but sentiment right now just seems to be super negative. And I will funnel this money in over time, but I just don't want to go too gung-ho for the time being. And of course, due to the inactivity within the portfolio this month, that means that the selling, profit or losses for September comes in at a big fat 0. So without further ado, let's look through the portfolio and see how we're sitting right now. So the overall value is about 75,000, and this is the accumulation of the stock value at 62,000 and the cash position at 13,000. So starting from top to bottom, we have Alibaba, which is down 54%, or over £2,000. We have Alkaline Water Company, down 45%. Alpha Wave Group is down 42%. Barclays is down 1.76%. Boohoo Group down 62.3%, Citigroup is down almost 12%, Coupang is actually up 7.48%, which is up almost £240, which breaks the trend that we've seen here on the screen, is that certainly is a lot of red, and I'm not going to hide away from that fact. So Darktrace is down 31%, Energy Transfer is down 13.38%, GAN down a whopping almost 75%, Goodbody Health, huge mistake, got to hold my hands up for that, and I always do. And the dilemma I've got with this, is I do in every video that I do these monthly updates, is that when will I sell this? It's certainly not going to come back to any sort of profit, to say the least, but do I just sell this and take the slap on the face, which I think I might do. Greencore Group is down 41%, GSK is down 11.7%, Haleon is down 1.42%, Hargreaves Lansdown is almost it's actually above break even, it's up 1%, JD Sports Fashion is down 18.9%, JP Morgan down 3.64%, Medical Properties Trust down 37%, Micron is down 10%, Money Supermarket down 22.8%, Palantir down 42%, Polar Capital Holdings down 35%, Rhythm Capital Corporation is down 15%, Smith & Nephew down 19%, DS Smith is down almost 15%, SoFi down over 50%, Store Capital, now this has got a bit of a good news story. Well, sort of good news is in the sense that the results here shows that it's up 25%, but this is due to the fact that Store Capital are looking to be getting bought out and they're going to be going private, so that looks like that position will be getting liquidated through no choice in the future. And Tattooed Chef is down 56%, Vodafone Group is down 26%, and Walgreens Boots Alliance rounds us off down 12.58%. And when we look at this value here, I've got 91,000 invested, and this is now valued at 62,000, which means that there is a loss here of almost £30,000 or 31%. And the message that I want to get across here is that yes, this entirely does bother me. Of course, I want this to be in the green or in the blue in this case, but I'm a realist that understand that we are in a bear market. Chances of a V-shaped recovery are very slim, but the S&P is down about 25%, Nasdaq is down over 30%, so for me just to be hanging about in the middle there as an investing novice with a bit of cash on the sidelines, that's the positive that I take from this, that I'm not getting left behind. Yes, we do have some stocks down whopping 50%, 60%, 70%, even 90%, but we've also got some here which are down only 10, some that are actually up, and that's the aim of the game of this portfolio, is that there will be some winners and losers, but over the breadth of the portfolio, as long as I'm, as a novice investor again, as long as I'm hanging around what the market's doing, and in the future, hopefully I can build up the skill set in the future to beat the market. So guys, that'll round off this month's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts or feedback, any comments, please just drop them below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.